Welcome back to Hurley's Hobbies. Well, today we're gonna put these pieces on, and I'm gonna show you how I cut them out. So let's get it building. So I already put it up here, got it in place, and went through with the pen, marked it, how far it comes down. I don't know if it's gonna show on camera, but I went through and marked it. So where I have to glue, and this piece right here is actually a little high right here. Let's see if we can get it up there. When I put it up there, it needs to come down right here. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult to get that down where it needs to go while I glue it. I thought about putting a piece of wood in here, but then if I don't get it down far enough, then I'll be in trouble after it's glued. So this needs to flex down a little bit. And, if I put the level on there, or my 1, 2, 3 block, it definitely needs to come down to here. So, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult to do. So let's get it glued. Get our glue on there. I'm going to use medium CA. Go through and glue it, and try to start here in the back and push down on this, and as I'm pushing it, and work my way forward. So let's see how this works out. So now, once I put this one up there, you can see it overlaps the other one, but it does not quite fit in there. That's because the last one I took and sanded a little bit on an angle, and this front tip right here, it just drops off, and I have to angle that a little bit. So I just take my piece here, sand it a little bit. I need to sand the back a little bit. This one came with a couple holes in it, but I'm not worried about it. I'll just fill them. And this one's got a little chip here. But like I say, I'm not worried about them because I'll just fill them in. So now I need to take a straight edge and cut that. On the other side though, since I could get in there, because I didn't have a couple of these in, I could get in there and I could mark this piece from the back side, which is, I can't get in there now to mark it, so we're going to do it from this side. Well, there we go. We got those on, and I'm going to finish the rest of these, probably off camera. I still have to cut this back and sand it to the rib. You know, I'll get it close, leave it a little long, and the same as up here. And now I'm going to show you how I made these. You still got to do a little bit of sanding, especially on the top one because of the angle and everything. So you, I'm probably not going to show all me sanding it, but you're still going to have to sand this top one a little bit. All right, I'm going to show you how I cut out my ring skin pieces going around the wings. I'm going to double click LightBurn. It might ask me to update it, but I'm not gonna. So I have that up. I'll go over here to the files, import, go down to my file. And I want number 3, push OK. And my wing root is this one over here, so I need to move it. So I'm gonna go to this one and I'll grab it and move it. And then I gotta double click on my, or click on my arrow here. So this is the one I want. So I'm gonna highlight that one. Try to get only what I want. And I'm gonna take that out of there. And then I'm gonna use my wheel and wheel out. And I wanna get rid of the rest of this. So I will highlight this. Right click, delete. Okay. So now this is the one I want. I'll bring it onto my cutting board. Zoom back in some. And then I'm gonna go up here to arrange. Click on arrange. We're gonna go counterclockwise. That's how I want it. So I'm gonna grab it in the center, move it up about where I want it. Let's say about right there. And then I'm gonna pull off, and I'm gonna right click, copy, because I want to copy that. Let's wait. Let's not copy it yet. So what I want to do is take some of this stuff out of here. So I'm going to click off of it. So I want to get rid of that. Delete. Get rid of that. Delete. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of this stuff. Delete. Delete that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. We're going to get rid of all this. Delete. 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 That should be all that. I'm going to go up over here to my scissors. So I don't need this side on there. I'm going to delete that off. Come down to here, delete that off. So the rest of that I want to leave on there. So I'm going to go back up here, click on my arrow, and now I'm going to copy. So let's move that to the center a little bit more of the screen. There we go. Come back over here, hit paste, and so now it's doubled. So now I have it in inches and I want it in millimeters. So I'm going to click millimeters. So we have 37 millimeters wide, and I want to make it about, let's go an eighth. So we'll go 3 millimeters. We want to click on just that one right there. And it was a 7, so I'm going to make it a 9. Well, I'll make it 2 millimeters. That's fine. So we'll go that one. Then I want to highlight this again. Oh, I didn't get the whole thing. Let's go this way. There we go. And then we got 80 or 580 millimeters. I want to make that 0 a 3. So I'll click on 3 on my thing. So now I made it bigger. So we'll highlight it again. And we're going to bring it over here and try to line this up. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go down to the bottom first. Okay, go back to this. It's got to go up a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is make it a little bit bigger than what the old one was. So then when it cuts out my skin, which is 3/32, I want it to be a little bit bigger, because you got to remember we got to add a 16th onto that. And I think that'll work. So I already have this done, and I already zeroed it, and I checked it, and it worked out on my other side. So I'm just gonna get rid of this one, and I'm gonna click on my other one. So I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna get rid of this one. Click yes, discard. And I have another one down here, and this is it. So what I did is I actually took my line here, my line pencil, and extended this down. And the first time, if you come over here, I have the red not shown. And so I took a I think it's a 1x4, and I laid it on my laser table, and I burnt it, and burnt these all in, even all of them. I had this one showing as it was on, so how it brightened up over here, everything brightened. So I burnt all that into my table, and it goes past, and I etched on that 1x3 or 1x4. I etched on it with the laser, so then I had somewhere to position my board. And so then I came back over here and turned that back off, because I don't want it to cut that inside line anymore. I want it just to cut the black line. And so now, and what I did is I measured from the firewall to this cut here, and it's about 3 inches. It would leave me extra. So I put a mark on my board, 3 inches, and then I just cut this extra line out all the way down through there, and it cut it out. So then when I fit it over the wing root, and I'll show you how I cut it, and that'll be in the next video. And so you leave that off, you come over here, you hit start, and it'll laser burn it. And I already have, if I go on to black, it shows 2 passes. Well, I do 2 passes at 100% speed at 80% power, cutting through 3/32 balsa, and I do that 4 times, or I click start twice, so I'm doing 4 passes. And the reason why I'm pausing in between is because I don't want that stuff to catch on fire. If it gets too hot, it might catch on fire. And I have my exhaust on, and I have my air at 100%. And so that air, if you have that air too high, and you keep burning it like 4 cuts, it'll actually catch that balsa on fire. So if I just do it in 2 passes, by the time it goes up, comes back, or it goes up and comes back down, and then you let it set for 30 seconds, and then hit it again, it won't catch on fire. So I'm going to show you the laser, and I'll show you how I do that. So I have my laser here. My monitor is off to the side. My exhaust fan's down here, and my air is underneath here, and I just turned the knob. I moved it around a little bit. So that stuff's there. So I'm going to get these together. I need a top and a bottom. And I'm going to put on here. I'm going to set it down here. I'm going to take the one, and I'm going to measure 3 inches. Grab my pencil. If I have the mark on the one, I'll pull the other one back so I get a mark on that one. So I got my 3-inch mark. So now I'll bring the camera in closer and I'll show the board that I cut. Actually, it's a couple of boards to put together, and I'll show you that. So here's the 1x I have set up, 1x4, and you see the dark line where I cut the inside one and this one. So what I do, let me move the laser out of the way. So now I got the laser moved up. I have my mark right here. What I do is take one of these and I set it on here real gently. I got a couple pins over here to help pin it down. And I have a mark right here, right at the end of my cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with this line. The edge of this wood with that line, put that line there. And I'm going to, the balsa, 3/32 balsa, I'm going to line it up. Get it on my line. I'm going to pin it down at the other end, which is off camera here. Here I'll move the camera. I just put 2 pins in it just to help hold it down. And it's out of the way of my laser. So now it's all lined up on my mark here. It's lined up on that line. Got it pinned down. I can move my laser back to the front. Cut. My start cut point. And so now I need to shut the hood so I don't get smoke in the house. And I actually have a piece of wood that I leave under here which fell that allows air to come in and suck the smoke out the exhaust. So I'll turn my exhaust on. I'll turn my air pump up. Now my air's on. I'll bring the camera over and put it in line and you can see it cut. So now I got my laser over here. I'm going to go over to the start point and I will click start. Now I'll wait 30 seconds or so and I will push start again. I'll open up the hood. Shut that. Oh, there's a little bit of smoke in here yet. Still didn't quite all the way through, but it's close enough that I can get it off. So there's that one. So now I'm going to do the other one. Been a little bit, so I'm going to shut that fan off, open my hood, and I'll take these 2 pins out. And there we go. There's the other one. So now I have my 2 skins cut. So now we'll go back to the plane and we can get them installed. If you're wondering what my little Tamiya cloudbuster here, my wife got me that for my birthday, so that's a new addition, and I've been having fun with it with my grandson with his. So if you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep it building. I'm unstoppable. I'm a fortune with no break.